Hi everyone, it's Irit Landgraf and I am very happy and excited to post a video on the Crafty Maven channel, and this is one of the art party Fridays, and I am doing a mixed media layout, and this one was super fun. It's all about using up leftovers. I'm using some papers I have left from an older kit. This is the May hip kit, and I think a little bits and pieces from the April kit, but obviously you can do this with every paper collection kit you have. And I wanted to scrap this cute photo of my daughter, and I liked the colors in the photo. They were kind of, even though it was a warm sunny day, somehow the photo had some cool tones to it, and I really liked how it looked with some of the softer grays and a little bit of aqua in the papers and a pop of yellow. I love yellow as an accent color. And so you'll see I'm just building the layers behind my photo. And sometimes I create my background and then I start adding papers. But I really wanted all the paper layers to be a part of my background. So I'm starting with, so I glued them to my cardstock, and I am starting with some white heavy body paint. This is Liquitex. Gesso would work just as well. I use my white paint lately a bit more because it's wider than my gesso, but I don't know, in the video I think compared to that super white background, like cardstock, even my white paint doesn't look so white. So the paper buckled a little bit, but when everything is completely dry, I will adhere it to another piece of paper, and it will flatten it. So here's a good way to use, like, repurpose things. That was what I used kind of as a stencil, was kind of like a chipboard sticker sheet from Freckled Fawn, and it had stars on it, and I used up most of the stars and I took out the ones that I didn't use, and I used half of that leftover sheet as instead of dimensional adhesive, so I just backed a photo with it to give it some dimension. And then what I have left, that piece that you saw before, I used as a stencil and sprayed some mist to get that star pattern. And it's not the most perfect image, but you can see the stars, and yeah, it's a really great way to use up those packaging. And I wanted to add some more color, so the mist is Lindy Stamp Gang yellow mist, and it has no shimmer, it's just like flat color. And then I'm also using some of my Peerless watercolors, and now I wanted to use that shade of Distress ink, so I'm just picking it up with my water brush and using it the same as I would any other watercolor, and it works really well. So if you don't have watercolors, or if you want to use up use your Distress inks in a different way, you can just grab a brush with some water and pick it up just directly from the ink pad and just use it like watercolors. So I cut down my white cardstock a little bit, and I'm roughing up the edges to create some texture, and I mounted it on a piece of 12 by 12 pattern paper from Webster's Pages. And I just love the colors in that paper. I think they really pick up the colors that I used on my background. And now it's time to adhere my photo. And what I'm going to do now is I have some of these chipboard pieces left, and these are Pink Paisley Citrus Bliss collection. And I just wanted to add some embellishment. So I have a few acetate sheet, a few chipboard pieces, a few die cuts, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 3 embellishment clusters. And one of the simplest ways to create them is you go from the bigger piece to the smaller pieces, you mix shapes, you mix textures, so paper, acetate, chipboard, and one of my tips to create these clusters really easily is to go by color. So I made 1 pink cluster, 1 yellow cluster, and 1 aqua cluster, and because of that, it was just super fast. This works great when you use one collection, then sometimes it's easier because everything is already matching, because it was designed as a collection by a designer, so all the colors go together and everything is coordinated. But you could obviously do this with your stash, and you could also just create your own customizable, is that a word? So clusters, for example, you could use like a circle punch and punch white cardstock and then color it in whatever color you want with ink or watercolors or paint. If you don't have these ready-made pieces of embellishments, but I have them, and they've been lying in my stash for a couple of months, and I wanted to use them. So you can see now I already built a couple of those clusters, and I just keep adding smaller bits and pieces, and at the end I'm going to add just those tiny hearts. A lot of these ephemera die cut packs come with itsy bitsy pieces that I always find a bit hard to use. And also, because I'm a bit lazy, so, they're small and you have to work at like grabbing them and gluing them and all that. But it looks great and it really adds more detail. So you'll see now as I'm building these clusters, I am adding some smaller bits and pieces, just layering them where I think it looks good, little hearts and some acetate stars. And yeah, there's not a lot of story to this layout. It's just a pretty picture of my daughter that I really wanted to put in my album. And my title is also from that chipboard sticker sheet from Citrus Bliss, and it's gonna say "so pretty," and she is oh so pretty. So and yeah, and I'm gonna add that XOXO at the top. I actually liked there was a little bit of space between that pink cluster and the photo, so I like that XOXO fills it. And because of all the different textures here and the things I added to my background, I'm using my hot glue gun. It just makes everything stick. It's lovely. Even though I've had some pieces of acetate fall off with hot glue. So I don't know, you have to be careful and see that whatever you're gluing stays put, because you don't want things to fall in your page protectors. And yeah, I'm thinking what else I can add, but this will probably be it. I'm just going around. I've been doing this a lot lately on many of my layouts. I just frame them, and this one is very subtle, even though I think in the close-up you can see it. This is a jelly roll pen with, it's just like clear shimmer. It's beautiful, and in real life, when you look at the layout, you can totally see it, but I don't think on video it shows up at all. It's a very, very delicate, very subtle effect. It's similar to the, what are they called? Not Stella. Stella? Wink of Stella. Stella is like a makeup company, I know that. The Wink of Stella, like brush markers, but they are with a brush, and these ones are a lot more delicate. It's like a pen. So I use it now and again because it has such a nice shimmery effect. And I had to add some gold splatters. So this is the Heidi Swap Color Shine. And that's my finished layout. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Check out my YouTube channel for lots more videos, and have a great Friday and a great weekend. Bye.